Hi everyone, I'm Kelsey with the Marks Group. Today we're going to talk about opportunity products. Recently I've been working with them a lot, so I've discovered all the nice little ins and outs that Microsoft has provided for us. And so today hopefully I can save you guys some time and just go over some of the features and how to get around them if you don't want to use them. All of these topics can also be reviewed in more detail on the Marks Group blog, which I have listed on the screen right now. It's just blog.marksgroup.net, and you can see a walkthrough with screenshots or step-by-step tutorials in our blog if you need more information on these topics. So let's start with the inline edit view. I'm just going to show you our demo account and go over to my opportunities. So here we have the standard opportunity page. I'm going to change my form so that you can see the different subgrids. So here I've got listed product line items with the inline edit subgrid capability. So this feature is really nice. You can just come in here, change your quantity, do it right there. When you want to add a new product, it just opens it right in here. You don't ever have to leave the screen. The downside to this is that we can't customize this view at all. So properties, if we don't use properties, it's still going to show up on the subgrid. Same with unit, same with suggestions. We can't customize this to our liking at all. And that can present a problem for some people. So as a workaround, I decided to get rid of the inline edit view, and I'll show you how to do that, what the result is, and what are the drawbacks. So up here I have just a regular subgrid that I created myself. You'll see the product name is here, but I don't have the properties anymore. And I also got rid of the suggestions over on the right hand side. I also added a product ID field so that my customers could see the product ID, because in some cases that can be a valuable identifier for the product. Now, the downside to this is that you can't edit anything in line. If you want to change the quantity or the discount, you have to open the opportunity product and then change it in this window. And we'll go back to our opportunity. Another downside is that when you want to add a new product, you have to click on this plus sign like normal, but it takes you to the form where you have to manually fill in all the little details. So again, there's some downsides to it, but in my opinion, it was worth those downsides in order to modify the original inline edit view. Something else was I didn't want my users to be able to write in a product, and the only way that I could control that was if I got rid of the inline edit view. Another downside that I am sad to see go are these little up and down arrows, which move the products around into a different order. There's no way to get those back on a custom subgrid, so you lose that functionality. But otherwise, I mean, it's pretty much acts like any other subgrid, which users should be familiar with, so that's kind of nice. The next thing to review is it also has to do with this inline edit view, and it has to do with searching. So if I'm in the inline edit view and I add a new product, and then now I want to search, I'll open up this search to look up more records, and now we see we're in this price list items in entity price list view. This view, like the inline edit view, is not customizable, so I can't change the columns that appear in this view I can't change the fields that are searched. So, in my case, my customer had a lot of valuable information in the description field, and they wanted to be able to search on that. But if I kept it this way, I wouldn't be able to search the description field. One nice thing that this does have is you can add multiples at one time. So that's kind of nice, but it's really kind of the only thing that we miss out on. So if we go back to our view without the inline edit and we go to add a new product and then look at this existing product lookup, now we see that we're looking at products in the parent price list. So in this view, you can customize the columns that are here and you can customize the fields that are searched. So it provides a lot more flexibility for customization. And in my case, it was much better than not being able to do anything. And you can change all of this information through the customizations area in CRM. The final thing that I will go over is on this form, the opportunity product form, I wanted my unit and quantity fields to be set to a default. So in my situation, the unit was always going to be the same, and a quantity of 1 seemed, like a good default to set. So in order to do this, you have to create a business rule, and I'll show you how to do that. So right now, the functionality works like this. You choose a product, and then you have to manually fill in the unit and the quantity, and we want to use the default price. So those 3 things you have to manually check every single time you want to add a product. So, of course, we always want to make our customers' lives easier, so we'll create a business rule to do this automatically for them. So in here, if you're not familiar with business rules, you want to edit your form and then click on Business Rules. I have one created already, so we'll open it up and take a look. Here we're going to check if existing product contains data. So this field, if it or when it is populated, it will set the unit to each. It'll set the quantity to 1. It will also override the use default setting. So I don't want my users to be able to manually type in any product or price that they want for a product. I want them to always use the default. So as soon as they enter a product, it will switch to use default, and they won't be able to change it because I've set it to lock that field once they choose a product. I'm going to just go ahead and check on this really quickly. All right, so now we want to make sure we save it and then also activate the business rule. And then we'll go ahead and test it to make sure that it's doing everything we want it to do. Excuse me. All right, so let's go back to our opportunity. We'll start from scratch in our without inline edit subgrid. Add a new product. I'm going to change this to existing. Choose a product. Hopefully choose a product. And then it should set it to each. Oh, you know what? I don't think I published. That's right. Okay. We have to go back and save and publish our form. That's a good demonstration for you. Or always a reminder to publish any of your customizations. Okay. So go back and try this again. All right, so now as you can see, we chose the product and then it automatically set the unit to each, the quantity to 1, and it set our pricing to use the default pricing, and it locked the field so that the user can't change it. So that's exactly what we wanted to happen. We can save it, and now we see our price has been automatically updated as well, and we can go back to our opportunity to check it out on our list. And there it is. So these are just a few small tweaks you can make to the opportunity product area in Dynamics. The entity itself is not highly customizable like the rest of Dynamics is, but there are things you can do to get around that. These are just 3 of the things that I learned working with it. I learned a lot more, and I'll probably go over that in future blog posts and Google Hangouts. So if you have any questions, let us know or post to the blog. Happy to help. Would love for my time and energy that I spent on this to go towards helping other people as well. Maybe there's a little less Googling that you can do based on my experiences. So thanks for hanging out with us, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thank you.